Hello, and welcome to my assignment of the 422 for No Zombies Allowed. I'll start off with one thing I agreed with. I thought the instructor said that we shouldn't turn our brains off when we watch TV, essentially. And it doesn't have to be a totally passive experience. And that's the best way to watch it is to actually respond to what's being portrayed, if, whether you write it down or whatever or not. And it can be a basis for deconstruction, TV programs, news stories, movies you find on TV, what have you. And you can learn a lot just by asking simple questions like why do they shoot this scene this way? Why do the actor do this or do that? And you can get a lot out of that. So I think that aspect I agreed with. Yes, we should deconstruct television. We shouldn't just zone out and just be zombified. So while we're watching it, that was number one. Number two, I like how when the instructor had the kids watching the Jerry Springer show, he sort of co-opted it for them, to where he wasn't trying to get them to watch something else or do some other kind of activity. He just went where they were and got with them and asked them, "Hey, what do you guys watch the show? What's the appeal?" And they helped him. And from what I gathered, um, the kids did a good job of figuring out, okay, what is this show trying to say here? Are these, what kind of stereotypes are being portrayed here? What kind of ideas, if there are any, go behind an episode of Jerry Springer? So that was cool. Um, Also, this is for mostly the kids. I like how the kids they're so sensitive to racial and sexist bias in media, and that was really impressive. How they noticed the prejudices and the stereotypes on TV. How there are very few minority representations on TV. There are few Latinos on the TV, and when there were, they were usually on cops or being shown as being criminal or antisocial and so forth. So that I appreciated, and it's true. There's not a lot of positive portrayals of minorities on TV, and that's something these kids really picked up on because, from what I gather, they're mostly Hispanic kids, people of color, stuff like that. So the only thing I think the teacher went wrong with was when he gave his students free reign in choosing the songs for their little media project. Um, there was that kid who had this song by Too Short, which whose lyrics I can't repeat here in mixed company. They're somewhat inappropriate. I would have screened all those kids first before I gave them the green light on doing an actual project on them. Uh, Not to censor them or anything, but just to make sure. Okay, I know you're doing this and you're doing that, and they should be aware that some things are not appropriate for mixed company. But as far as I can tell, the kids did pretty well with their selections. Now, one of the things that came to mind when I was reading this article was how it would have been different with upper middle class white kids from suburbia. What would they have thought of it? And obviously, for one, they'd be much more likely to identify with the people on TV because you turn on TV, what you see in sitcoms and reality shows, you see middle class white people by and large. So it would have been difficult for these kids to see positive portrayals of themselves. That wouldn't have been unusual at all. It would have been just business as usual. And maybe a good thing to do would be to take those kids and say, okay, you see a lot of white people. You don't see people of color so much. And I don't think a lot of people watch TV kids that much. Kids as well. I think it's anything unusual that the media should be dominated by white people. guess in a perfect world we'd have everybody about evenly represented in sitcoms and TV movies and Law and Order and things like that. But unfortunately, we don't. Um, they probably wouldn't have felt as alienated as the Hispanic kids did. So they probably wouldn't have been as critical of TV because for them it's business as usual. It's all of the people on the screen. They're just like me. I can relate to them. Not so with the ethnic kids. Um, another thing I wondered about was how it would have been different um, if they had shown it to the boys separately and the girls separately and get their input on that. Because you have a certain amount of sexism in the media. I don't think that the media, by and large, is misogynistic or anything like that, but I think being male might make it easier. There's not a lot of TV shows centered around women, which we're getting better in that way. But if they show it to boys and the girls separately, I think I could have understood a little bit why the girls might not see quite as many quote unquote strong women on TV, although we have gotten better about that with strong female characters. I mentioned Law and Order is like that, and all the dramas today. I don't watch a lot of TV today, but when I do, there are an increasing number of strong and capable women characters, and that's great. I hope it continues. Um, as far as a personal connection, this article reminded me of some activities I was involved in at the grade school level. See, I was in the GATE program, Gifted and Talented Education. And they had sort of a special curriculum for us where we did things that the quote-unquote normal kids didn't do. And one of them was making student videos. So we did videos on historical figures, historical events. We had our own little mock newscast team that would report on certain events going around on campus with people we knew. And it was a lot of fun, and that's what reminded me about this article. We did one for the Revolutionary War. We did one for the Old West. We had, like I said, the mock TV news station with reporters and anchors and everything. And it was fun. We learned a lot about technology. Unfortunately, that technology is obsolete now, naturally, but we got a pretty good grounding in how to make home videos, I guess you could call them. I wish more classes would do that with kids, especially middle school kids. Because they have a lot of energy, a lot of restless energy. It might be a good thing to get them to channel that into making maybe little documentaries about just what's going on around school for them. Another thing that reminded me of when I was in grade school in fourth grade. This article reminded me of my fourth grade teacher as well. She had a lot of innovative ways. She was specialized in literature. That was her strong suit. And remember, one of our assignments was to choose a poem from a book of Western poetry and analyze it, break it down, and read it before the class with our analysis. And that was another thing the class really got into, that, we had some kind of autonomy. We could say, okay, I'd like to do this, and, break it down. I remember I chose a T.S. Eliot poem, The Hollow Men. Some people chose Edgar Allan Poe or Yeats or Shelley or Arthur Rimbaud. And it was a lot of fun. Another thing this article reminded me was when, this was in fifth grade, I think, we did a study of ancient civilizations. We were broken down into 4 groups. One was the ancient Romans, one was the ancient Greeks, one was the ancient Egyptians, and one was the ancient Sumerians. I was in the ancient Egyptians group, And it was fun. We got to just report as much as we can on the history and the culture of those civilizations. We would, get samples of the kind of food they ate. We would dress the way they would dress. We had a little newspaper that we did for the Civ, which incorporated historical events and presented in front of the class, and it was a lot of fun. So I think mostly in this article, a lot of positive ideas and good ideas, and I just hope that what we can make these kind of assignments fun and educational. I think that's not necessarily mutually exclusive things, and and that's about it. And that on the video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.